Hey everybody, Ned from Ineptus Astartes. Just sitting outside with the dog, enjoying some coffee, watching cars drive by, that sort of fun stuff. I thought I'd take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about a new series that's starting this week, Bad Guys of Warhammer. So weirdly enough, the idea for this series came to me a couple weeks ago. I was playing with a friend at their bar, Uptown Garage in Ankeny, Iowa, by the way. Highly recommend. They play small skirmish games, 40K and 30K on Monday nights. Also sometimes on Saturdays when I drive to town. Anyway, we had these people coming through and they were asking questions like, what is this? What are you doing? You know, very curious, very friendly. And I was having a hard time really trying to decide what I was going to say to them. You know, they're models. It's a game. You paint them. It's a sci-fi series. They all have different rules. You know, I mean, I was coming up with stuff like that. It wasn't really satisfying to me, and it definitely wasn't very satisfying to them. But I think it was enough. Eventually, over time, you know, we talk a little bit, and then we start talking more that there is like a story behind it, and each of these models represents something else. And you roll the dice, and the rules manipulate the dice rolls and tell you what happens, that sort of stuff. Well, as I was thinking about that, it occurred to me that honestly, like, you probably need to have a better answer ready if you're ever going to actually be championing this game and trying to get people to play with you, right? So what sort of answer would I give if someone was seriously asking me that question? Warhammer is a futuristic sci-fi dystopian setting of endless, grim violence and destruction where humanity is doomed to either slowly decay or just be destroyed. That sound better? It sounds a little bit like more official, I guess. And then if I was going to be more specific, 30K is what you say. This is the story that explains how the human empire falls from its highest position of glory into utter ruination, hypocrisy, all those other things because of hubris, corruption, all sorts of other stuff. Well, nobody's going to hear that at a bar, right? So that's not going to work very well. However, I think the idea of it is still sound. What's interesting, though, is the idea that comes up always after that, which is, who are the good guys? Now, at the end of this series, when we get done with it, when Hazel and I get done with it, yes, there are no good guys in Warhammer. And I think that's kind of the point. There are no good guys in Warhammer, and there never have been. But there are ways that we can talk about the actions that they take because the story is actually developed into something that's pretty rich over the last 30-something years. So in this series, we're going to be taking a look at morality. We're going to be taking a look at a little bit of philosophy. We're going to be talking about the causation of the events of the 30K universe, at least to start, and sort of try to find a way to relate to some of these characters. If not relate to them, at least understand what makes them so interesting. But like I said, no matter what, there are no good guys in Warhammer. Right, Hazel? Yeah. Good girl.